I hope everyone's doing well. We got some coffee. We got some orders to ship out here. We got work to do. What do we got today? We got 3 orders on eBay, and I got an order going out, a TikTok order going out to my buddy Jeremy from Colts Comics. So 4 orders going out the door. Here we go. We'll ship all these out. We'll be super transparent. I'll tell you how long those items are in my inventory, how much I paid for them, and ultimately after shipping and fees, how much profit there is. We do this every morning, 9:30 a.m. on TikTok for the early bird special. That's where we go out to the garage and we pick all these orders out of the inventory. And then at 10 o'clock, I kick on Facebook and YouTube, and we get these orders shipped out. We talk coffee, we talk shop. And we just gather as a community as we get our day started together. I know a lot of you are working from home in different capacities, either your own business or you have a work from home job and you do this as a side hustle, or right now you're just plotting your way as a reseller and you're like thinking and you're planning and you're gathering information so you can get started. So, or you're just reselling curious, that's cool too. Maybe Trace is watching. My homeboy Trace, who doesn't even resell, he loves watching this stuff. It's just watching other entrepreneurs do their thing is just fun. Brooke's a big Cypress fan here over here. It's a big Cypress Hill fan. I love Cypress Hill. So good morning. Having y'all in the chat here hanging with me just makes my day better. It's a lot more fun. I like shipping anyway, but shipping's a lot more fun when y'all are hanging out with me. All right. And as always, coffee is available. This coffee that is for sale today was roasted and ground. If you get the ground coffee, roasted and ground this past Thursday. So coffee is available if you order coffee during the live. I'll stop everything I'm doing except for talking and drinking coffee, and I'll ship out your order right away with a big dose of gratitude as always. So yeah, let's get started on some shipping here. So we'll jump right in with some eBay. So 3 eBay sales, we'll just roll right through all 3. Everything from eBay, I'm going to ship through eBay. So I'm going to print the shipping labels through eBay, and they're going to be, all these will be USPS first class because everything's going to be under 1 pound this morning. So USPS first class, and we'll get rolling. So first order is this, probably my favorite, well, my second favorite shirt of the day. We got some cool ones going out the door. This is a Big Dogs shirt. I don't know if you remember these from back in the day. They still make Big Dogs now. I think like modern Big Dogs. I think this is more of a modern-ish tag. This one sold for $18 plus shipping on a best offer. Margaritas all over it. My favorite part about this shirt, it has these different tequila bottles on them, and they're takes on like actual tequila brands, but they're with dogs, like dog names. So they have a Casa Doggies. They have a, instead of Patron, they have a Pup-Tron. And instead of Herradura, they have a Houndadura on here. Those are a few of them. There's a few more of them too, but super fun shirt. Whoever's getting this shirt is going to have a good freaking day wearing this. Could you imagine wearing this shirt really anywhere? I mean, you could wear it to work for God's sakes, but you wear this to like a beach. You wear this to some kind of party, maybe a 4th of July barbecue with that Houndadura or that Pup-Tron. Like, how can you not have a good day? Everyone's going to give you compliments. So this is going out to Martin in Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a 4th of July barbecue special right here. You rock this. Martin's going to rock this. And imagine the number of high fives that he's going to get and like bro hugs wearing this shirt. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to go out in a 12x9 poly bag. So it's going Asheville, North Carolina to Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, Martin. Seriously, like imagine, sometimes like clothing can just bring like a true smile to people's faces. Like seeing this shirt with the Pup-Tron and the Houndadura. Not only is Martin going to have a good day, but he's going to raise the spirits of all his friends. Throw this on the scale. Probably going to be a 12-ounce rate here. It is. So 12-ounce rate, USPS first class, going to be $4.81. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. I want to hear what's going on with your business. What's new? What are you excited about? What questions do you have that the folks in this chat can help you with? I mailed my order to Canada, Kentucky today. Nice. I know what you mean. That's cool. Adam, good morning. Good to have you. Appreciate you being here. And if you're just jumping in, you're lurking in the background. I know some of you just kind of lurk in the background, and that's cool, but say hello from time to time. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm always curious too, like what's the weather in your neck of the woods? All right. Thank you, Martine. We'll go over the stats for this shirt here. All right. So shipping label cost us $4.81. We'll pop that into Jason Hayes's reseller spreadsheet. If you're looking to get a little bit more organized with your inventory, with your business, with your numbers, if you want to be more prepared for tax time, which I don't want to pay taxes either, but you're just gonna. If you want to make that a little bit less painful of a process, consider Jason Hayes's reseller spreadsheet. It's linked up on the bio here on TikTok, down below at the link, chris@peak.com on YouTube and Facebook. Use the discount code ThanksChris10. You get 10% off the spreadsheet. I use this spreadsheet every single day of my reselling life. It is like woven into the fabric of my business. It's my command central. It's how I keep track of everything, numbers, inventory, and all that stuff. And it's a great way to kind of get reports and see how your business is doing. I freaking love it. I'm a spreadsheet guy too. I've had my own custom built spreadsheets for years, and this thing is just way better than anything I could ever build. So link in the profile if you want to check out that reseller spreadsheet from my sensei, Jason Hayes. So this sold for $18 plus $5.95 shipping. I paid $5 at a thrift store 34 days ago. So that was May the 23rd. And the shipping label was $4.81. So after shipping fees, cost of goods, everything leaves me with $10.75 of profit in my pocket. And I also got my initial $5 back from the thrift store buy. So that's the first item out the door. Try to be as transparent as possible and give you all the numbers. I'm still in the learning process. Auto posture has helped boost sales. Nice. Glad to hear that, Mary P. I was just looking at your spreadsheet. Does it track your inventory? Yes. Did you have a more specific question? But yeah, absolutely. Got your coffee shipment yesterday. Nice, Adam. Haven't had a chance to try it yet. Adam, tell us, how do you do your coffee? I don't think we asked you that when you made your purchase. Appreciate your order, by the way. How do you do your coffee? How do you brew it? What do you add to it? Sugar, cream, Splenda, 1.5 sweetened lows? Let us know. I'm like curious. Coffee is such like an individual thing. Everyone gets, does their coffee a different way. It's important to get it right every morning. Join in from the craft room while I write out some postcards. Nice, Trisha. Nice, Trisha. T. Georgie is in the house. What's up, Travis? Travis is probably drinking some coffee right now. All right. Next order up is a Toad & Company shirt. Toad & Company used to be formerly known as Horny Toad. This is an outdoor brand, something you'll find commonly at a place like REI or like an outdoor outfitter, evo.com, something like that. Sierra Trading Post, Toad & Company. The resell on these isn't super, super awesome. I just don't think that there's as much cachet with this brand as something like Patagonia or Cool would have. But in terms of quality, Horny Toad is up there. And in terms of retail price, this was probably like a $90 shirt, brand new. It's sold for $22 plus shipping on eBay. These take a little bit longer for me to sell. I'm always surprised because it's really good, high quality outdoor brand. It just doesn't have like that brand knowledge or that brand cachet. Catherine's in the house over on YouTube. Good morning, Catherine. Happy Tuesday to you. Catherine's getting some caffeine and letting the dog out. Nice. One kiddo has volleyball today and got to work on some listing and pictures later. Nice. Sounds like you have a good plan of attack, a good plan to take over the world today, Catherine. That's awesome. How old is the kiddo, by the way? Because that kind of paints a different picture of like what that volleyball is going to be like today. If the kiddo is like 6 and playing volleyball, a little different scene than like if the kid's like 14 and playing, if you know what I mean. What tabs does it have roughly? Like, what does it track? I can give you a quick rundown of the tabs it has. It has active inventory, sold inventory, daily sales, monthly sales, profit and loss statement, tracks the platforms that you sold on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop Grailed. Next one's bins, which tracks your different bins, store, category, expenses, all that. I'd give you a tutorial of this, but the better way to do that is to go click up on the link in the bio. And if you go to Jason Hayes' site, he literally has a YouTube video of him, the creator of the spreadsheet, walking through all the tabs, what it can do, what it can't do. so you know exactly what you're getting into. That's what I would do. I could fumble through a tutorial of the spreadsheet, but Jason's much more articulate about the thing that he built. I would check that out. It's way better than anything I could say. That's not a cop out. That's just like, hey, that's the better source of information. High school kiddo, gotcha. That gives me a different like vibe of what you're going into. Cool. Hope you have an awesome day. I know that you're going to get some awesome listings up. Anything particularly excited, Catherine? Anything that you're particularly excited about getting listed today, like a home run item or a new brand that you haven't found before? Jason hasn't been feeling well, so if you want to send him some positive vibes, he's on the bounce back, but he hasn't been feeling well. So reach out to him, maybe send him a message or hit him up on one of Jason's recent videos and say like, hey, dude, hope you're feeling better. Send him positive vibes. Once you buy the spreadsheet, do you download it and just leave it open? So it exists on Google Sheets, so you don't have to download it. It's something that lives up on the cloud. So yeah, I have mine open all the time, and you can have it open all the time on your phone too, because it's a Google Sheet. So you don't need to have like Excel or any kind of software. I keep it up all the time here too on my phone. So it's open on my phone. It's open on my desktop all the time. If I make a change here on the phone, it automatically updates on the desktop. If you have a spouse or a coworker or an employee that's also doing work for your business, you can each have it open on different devices. And as you make updates in real time, it updates to each one. So pretty slick in that sense too. Sometimes when I'm at stores, rather than looking at eBay comps to see what an item's worth, sometimes I'll look at my own sales to see what I sold items for, because sometimes I can get more money for items than other people, especially because I'm selling on 6 different platforms. So sometimes an item will have more of a market value, say on Grailed or Poshmark, than it does on eBay. So I'll check my own comps on my own spreadsheet of what I've sold that item for in the past. So I could look up this totem company and see what I've sold them for in the past, rather than looking at what other people have sold them for on eBay. Because sometimes with my better photos and my cross listing, I can get a better price for things. So I can also look at how long it took me to sell certain items, which can be a tiebreaker sometimes. Thank you for that. This is a thrifted shirt, obviously. Adam uses a Keurig, bought ground, and will use the reusable K-Cup. Nice. So Adam, you bought the drip grind, the medium grind coffee, and you're using that in your reusable K-Cup for your Keurig. I like it. A lot of people have been doing that. I'm surprised how many people have Keurigs. I guess they're nice and easy. I've never owned a Keurig before. Thank you for the heart me tropical flipper. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome aboard. A handful of items excited to list. Can't remember brands, but a lot of others are a death pile I'm tracking on. Nice. That's good. Let's get that death pile up and listed. Yeah, if you have any questions about the reseller spreadsheet, you could ask me, and that's great. Keep asking them. But the next step would be to go watch the video, the YouTube video of Jason, who's very articulate about his spreadsheet, walking through all the different options in it. So that's what I would check out. But I'm happy to answer questions too. That's not really a cop out. Anyway, so we're shipping out this Toad & Company shirt. Remember that? That was cool. So this sold for $22 plus $5.45 shipping. It actually sold back in February and got returned because it didn't fit. There's eBay for you. Whatever. If it will sell once, it'll sell thrice. This is the second time. What's your record for how many times somebody's returned one item? I've had an item before returned 3 times, the same item. So I sold it 4 times. That's my record. Hopefully this is the last time for this Toad & Company. It was returned once so far. So probably ship at a 12-ounce rate. And it will. It's going to go, I'm going to print the label through eBay because it's an eBay order. That'll be my cheapest option. It'll be USPS first class because it's under 1 pound. USPS is changing their first class thing to, they're replacing it with USPS Ground Advantage. That's coming out here in just a couple of weeks. July the 9th, I believe, is the start date for that. So this will be $5.33. It's going out to Dustin in Jacksonville, Oregon. So clear across the country, $5.33 shipping. Missy, it was fun to see your first video. Very encouraging as I do my first video. It's nice, Missy. And that's the reason I put it out there. Keep an eye out in the reseller community this week too. There's a lot of other resellers who are putting out their first video. I think the first one I saw was Adam Stanley put out his first video, which was back in 2021 January, I think. Maybe it wasn't his first video. I think he said it was like his fifth or something. Actually, the Adam Stanley's video, his first video, or not his first, but the one he posted as his first, it was like his fifth. That's how he walked you through how he ships out blazers, like how he folds like suit coats. And that's literally a response to a question that I asked him. I'm like, hey, how do you like ship out sport coats? Because I was just getting started with sport coats in January 2021. Like I was like, all right, this is my new category that I'm going to focus some time and learn on, and learn by doing. So I picked up a bunch of sport coats in January, some good, some bad, but I had no idea how to ship them. So I reached out to Adam because at the time he worked for, I think, Men's Warehouse. He actually sold suits like for his full-time job before he quit and went full-time reselling. And anyway, that video is how I show you how to fold suit jackets. And that was from Adam Stanley. So I remember that video well. But it's been fun. JT Entertains put out his first video today. Randy from Thrifting Treasures put out his first video yesterday. Trisha Smith put out her first video. Trisha put out a classic. That was like a staple of the reseller TikTok back in 2020. It was like the what sold video with like the scrolling sales and one of those classic like original TikTok sounds. Like everyone used that song like 100 times. There wasn't that many song options back in the day when TikTok was young. Everyone was using that one. Next up is this PHG. You probably know Columbia PFG. That's Performance Fishing Gear is PFG. PHG is its older brother, Performance Hunting Gear. For every 100 PFGs, I might find one PHG, but actually that ratio might even be higher. It might be like 200 to 1. I never find PHGs. They typically sell for a little bit more money, just a supply thing. And this one sold for $23 plus shipping. And this is a 2XL, so I listed it for like 26 and took an offer at 23. If this was a PFG, it would have probably sold for like 19 or 20 bucks. So you get a few extra bucks for the PHGs. That's right, the suit torta, Tina. You got it. You got it. Me and Adam have about the same timeline with our first video and selling journeys. That's awesome. That is awesome. PHG. So this is going out to Michael. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you. Michael's in Westminster, California. This shirt's probably going to go out at like the 16-ounce rate. Maybe not. Maybe it'll go out at 12. Yeah, it's going to go out to 12. Sweet. I thought it was going to be like 14 ounces. So sometimes you're surprised. So it'll be $5.33. It's going from Asheville, North Carolina, clear across the country to Westminster, California. Here he is. Adam Stanley's in the house. Did you hear us talking about you? We were just talking about your first or your like fifth or sixth video, whatever, the one that you posted yesterday. And that's still how I teach people to ship out coats. Basically, it's regurgitated Adam Stanley Delmarva picker. It's your information that I've been teaching for years. That was when I was first getting started with sport coats, Adam. It was January of 2021. That's when I was like, all right, I'm going to learn suits, blazers, sports coats, that thing. I'm going to start right now. I'm just going to go to the thrift store. I'm going to go through the racks. I'm going to look a bunch of stuff up. I'm going to buy stuff, take it home. I'm going to figure this whole thing out. And you were an important part of that journey because I asked you, I was like, hey, how the heck do you ship these things? And you created that video. And that's still to this day, 2.5 years later, exactly how I ship all my suit jackets. Sometimes you don't know, like, why does this thing happen in my business this way? Like, why did I choose to do it this way? And it's nice to have a video recount of that. Not that I forgot. I remembered, that it came from you, but it was cool to re-see that video. It's cool to see where your videos have come since then, in terms of production, in terms of energy, in terms of like camera presence and like stage presence. It's really cool to see how you've come along. I know that, and especially earlier in your process, you talked a lot about, trying to get comfortable on camera and building up your confidence on camera. And boy, you've done such a crazy job in the last 2.5 years of just making really good, engaging content that helps teach people and helps people learn and grow and inspires people. So it's really cool to see. I love seeing all these videos. It was a fitting video for the stitch. Yeah. I was like whispering. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were just finding your voice, man. Randy, I don't know if y'all saw Randy from Thrifting Treasures, his first video. He put some text up on the screen and he said, like, look, one of the texts that he put, you should watch the whole video, but he said, look, your first 20 videos are going to suck. And that's just the way it is. I like Randy just has like a frank way of putting things. He's like, first 20 are going to suck. But it's one of those things like you cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200, right? You have to go through a stage of not being good at anything before you start getting good and finding your voice and getting your rhythm and routine and getting slick with your edits and all that stuff. It just takes time, but you'll get there. Watch some of these old videos. I love that everyone's kind of jumping on this thing. That's what I was really hoping, was that some of these folks that you watch their videos and you're like, holy crap, this person is like superhuman. They're awesome. Like Adam's like, wow, you're like, how does he do all that, right? And now you get to see his original videos and you're like, that's just a dude who spent time figuring this out. And the only way to figure it out is to put out videos, most of which are not going to be very good early on, but you can still be teaching people, right? Adam's video, that Adam, you'll admit that wasn't your best video, right? But you were teaching people, right? You taught me, and I'm still literally using what you taught me from that video. So it doesn't have to be a good, high quality production to teach people, to inspire people. It's just about sharing your journey. And that's what Randy said too. You don't have to be the biggest reseller in the world to create reselling content on here. People just want to see your journey and you're just sharing that. That's your responsibility. Your responsibility isn't to be the most informed person on reselling in the world. You'll never arrive there. You'll never arrive there if that's what you're waiting for. Instead, people just want to see your journey, and people who are in a similar place, like a similar, your 7 steps in your journey. Somebody else who's like at 5 or 6 or 7 steps is going to be like, cool, I'm going to follow this person because they're kind of around where I'm at. So they'll, you'll relate and you'll connect. And someone who's on like step 1 or 2, if you're on step like 6 or 7, you are like, to them, you are like this big dog that's way ahead, so that you're helping, those people get started. So don't underestimate that. You don't have to have like slick editing tools with words on the screen and, royalty-free music that you get from different sources because you figured this out over time. You don't need CapCut or, what do I use? Like Splice or Video Leap. You don't need all this fancy stuff. Just get started, share your journey. Even if it's whispering like Adam, it still can inspire people and teach people. Yep. And that's the key. You don't necessarily need to attract somebody who's, Adam's been doing this for a little while. Your first video, don't think about it as like, all right, I need to put out a video that's going to teach Adam and make Adam proud. No, you need to put out a video that's going to connect somebody with somebody who's at a similar part in their journey as you, right? Or somebody who's not yet where you're at. Think about the video that way. Just share your journey authentically. Love watching all those videos. I hope other people continue to put out their first videos. And I hope some of you who have videos sitting in your camera roll that you're like, I'm not sure if I should put this out because it's not as polished as Adam's new videos. I hope that you like those videos, you watching those says, you know what, I just got to push this stuff out because the first few aren't going to be very good. And I need to go through that. There's never been someone who put out their first video and it was like Crush City. Like, it was like, wow, that is awesome. I don't even know if that's a good goal. It's like if you got a job at a restaurant and you wanted to be a chef someday and you got your first job cooking. And you know what they're going to do? They're probably going to put you in the dish pit. And you're going to be a dishwasher and you're going to figure out your way around the kitchen. You're going to understand the language, the vernacular. But you're not going to be making up specials and talking about your specials on the radio and stuff like that or on TV. You're not going to be that kind of chef. You're going to be in the dish pit, washing dishes, kind of figuring out where everything goes, figuring out people's names, figuring out like how does the restaurant work, the ebbs and flows. Then you're going to become a fry cook and you're going to work through that. And then maybe you'll move up to the grill station, probably when somebody called out and they just throw you into the grill station and you kind of figure that out as you go. And then you're going to go onto the broiler station, and then you're going to move to the saute station, and then you're going to get your first sous chef job in 5 years, and then after that, thank you, South Texas, for the heart. I appreciate that. And then you got to do that for a little while, and you're going to get hired at another restaurant when they have an executive chef opening, and you're going to get that job. And then a few years after doing that, you're finally going to be like a cool chef in that community, and you're going to start making videos. They're going to invite you on the TV shows. You're going to go on to radio shows and stuff like that. But you don't skip from I haven't even washed dishes yet to executive chef who's on TV. Like that doesn't happen that way. You have to go through that progression if you want to be a chef. I use that metaphor because that was my first profession was working in the restaurant industry. So if you don't want to get in the dish pit, you're never going to be a chef. And if you never get that first video off your camera roll and get that out there, you're never going to be comfortable creating content. You're never going to be a content creator that you're proud of. You're going to just put out some stuff that sucks. Get some dish pit time going. How did you pick your company name? I feel like I'm stuck in that step one. So Saving Mom, it was a while. So I've gone by a company name. My first company was Peak Opportunity Coaching. I was a career coach by trade. That's what I did full time. And then I had what I called a boutique career coaching business where I worked with folks who were changing their careers, typically people who are late in career, who were kind of like stuck and be like, what do I do now? I just don't want to do this thing anymore. But I've been doing it for 20 years. I don't know how to pivot and change. I don't know how to job search. I don't know how to reinvent myself. So that's what I did. I worked with folks like that. Those are my core clients. Worked with all kinds of clients, but that was my core. So my business name was Peak Opportunity Coaching. So Peak, living in the mountains, opportunity, like thinking about careers, and then coaching, because that's what we did, or that's what I did. And so then when it came time for my second business, my eBay store, I called it Peak Opportunity Outfitters. So then when I was thinking about an online name, I didn't want to be like Chris Flips or anything like that, because at the time I ran both businesses. So like Chris Flips didn't describe who I was. I wanted something that was more broad. And I was like, well, I have this business. It's called Peak Opportunity Coaching and Peak Opportunity Outfitters. So I'm like, I'm going to be Chris at Peak to shorten that up. So that's how it all came down. Thank you. Sometimes that just happens. Appreciate that. I don't know if you heard anything I said, but that's the story. If I need to repeat it, let me know. Next one's going out to another OG reseller on TikTok. Thank you, Adam. Look at this shirt. Found this at the thrift store Sunday. This is going out to Jeremy from Colts Comics. Adam knows Jeremy really well. Jeremy hasn't been creating content for a little bit, but he was OG on TikTok creating content back in the day. He was our comic relief for reselling. Really good guy. I picked these up side by side. This one with the dog, look at that, front and back, just dominating the barbecue. This one's a medium. That one's available for $20 shipped. And it will be in time for 4th of July. Jeremy's getting this in time for 4th of July. I was wearing this one yesterday, and I was going to ship it like shirt off my back style. But yesterday was like muggy and hot. So when I took it off to ship it shirt off my back style, I was like, this isn't a good idea. I'm going to wash this shirt. So I washed the shirt. That's the whole story. If you're stuck on a store name, I wouldn't worry about it. People don't buy based on the store. Yeah. I think anybody who's like starting a business, I think you want to take pride in the name of your store, like, you know, because you take pride in your business, you want to have a name. So I get the idea of like being hung up on a name. The good news is you can change it. So, you know, I think I always just said, like, when I first jumped on Instagram and TikTok back in, you know, June 25th, 2020, I was like, hey, I'm going to do Chris at Peak, because that's my business name right now is Peak Opportunities. That's what it had been for years. I'm like, I don't know what it's going to be moving forward, but I'm just going to roll with Chris at Peak. And it also kind of describes who I was. I started the business in Denver. Never anticipated, by the way, that I would move to Florida. That wasn't part of the plan. But anyway, I always just thought I would change the business name at some point. And who knows, maybe I still do, but it is what it is now. I kind of like it. That's who I am. I like having for like creator names. I'm a fan of having either your name or part of your name in your title. And I know, like, if you don't have that, that's fine. I get it too. Like Adam's got Delmarva Picker, but I'm a big fan of putting at least part of your name in your online moniker or online profile name. Where the heck? It's just nice to, there's power in knowing somebody's name from a psychological point of view. And it feels good, like when somebody calls me Chris, you know, like I just feel, I know they're talking about me. There's just like a psychological connection that comes from the name. Like Missy's got her name. There you go. Trisha Smith's got her name. I like the idea of using your name. There you go. So this is going out to Jeremy from Colts Comics. This is a 4th of July special, and this will be to Jeremy in time for 4th of July. And this is nice and crispy clean, Jeremy, so you don't even got to wash it. I washed it for you. I remember the first meeting. And then you had Adam Stanley for a while too, right? And I'm not telling people what to do. Yeah, Del Marver. I'm not saying, hey, go change your name, but I'm saying for people who are like not sure what to do with a name, a real easy way to get started is use the one that you already have. All right, so this is going to Jeremy. Jeremy paid for this on PayPal, so I got to get his address. Thanks, Trace. Compliments go a long way with me. Flattery works, Trace. Hope you're doing well. When are we hanging? Maybe Friday or Thursday. Do you want to go see? Do you want to go to 5 Walnut if you're watching, Trace? You want to go to 5 Walnut on Thursday for Pleasure Chest, that band that we saw last time? They're there every Thursday. I think I missed a connection here. Or I missed a comment is what I meant to say. I went with Blue Crab Picker for a bit. I remember that too. That's funny. Yeah, see, you can change your name as you go. Just don't feel like that the name that you pick now is like the one that you're stuck with forever and ever. Even if you create an LLC, which you absolutely don't have to do early on, your LLC name doesn't have to be like your public name. You can use a DBA. eBay won't let me change the actual store name, but my account name and the logo says it. Gotcha. It's always okay to evolve your business. You have to evolve your business. If you're doing the same thing that you were doing 5 years ago today and doing it in the same way, it's probably not going to work. You got to evolve. What did I miss? I feel like is your spreadsheet one massive one from all years past or a new one each year? New one each year, Saving Mom. Just like you file your taxes each year. I have a 2018 spreadsheet, a 2019 spreadsheet, a 2020 spreadsheet, a 2021, 2022, 2023, and I'll get a new one for 2024. And you better believe I'm going to buy Jason's for 2024. Also, using a name that doesn't hold you down to one category is a plus for many. Yes. And for me, that was easy to know early on because I already had 2 businesses at the time. And I always knew I'm like, hey, I know I'm going to have other businesses in the future. And in the future, like I'm going to be working on real estate and stuff too. That's the next venture. So I didn't want to all of a sudden start talking about, talk about reselling. That's just not really going to make a lot of sense. So they already have my info. So I use my whole name. Yeah, I like using the whole name too. Something powerful about calling somebody by their name, both for the person who's hearing their name and for the person who's saying it. But there's a million different ways to do it right. All right, so I got to look up, that's what I was doing. Got to look up Colts Comics. I'm hoping Colts Comics, Jeremy, I hope he puts out his first video too. It's probably super funny. All right, we got to go to PayPal. And this is my last order that I have going out for the day. And then I'll be live again at 1 o'clock Eastern time, live from the thrift store at the beach Friday. Okay, that sounds good. Friday's good. We'll do Friday. Enjoy the beach, brother. Let's see. We'll do Friday. Fridays too, so we can, she's got like summertime Fridays, Trace. So she gets out at like 1 or something like that. So we can get started early. Oh, it's not going to let me copy and paste this address. Give me a break. already shipped something to Jeremy, so I already have his address. It's already preloaded in here. How about that? Well, that was easy. I remember what I already shipped to him. Throw this on the scale. This is going to go up via pirate ship because this is a TikTok sale. This is going to go out in an 8-ounce rate. Andy at Peak. There you go. See, is that even your name? I didn't even know your name, AWM, and Andy. But see, that's I think just knowing someone's name is powerful. I'm going to change my name while we're on the subject before I forget. Yeah, get after it. Get after it. So I don't have to keep calling you AWM. AWM. This is going up to Indiana. To Jeremy from Colts Comics. Jeremy, the shipping tracking number here. Go to Instagram. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. Where are you at, Janae? All right, that's all the orders, unless somebody's got a last-minute coffee order that I can ship right here on the live. If you want some coffee, there's a link right up above here. And it's down below on YouTube and Facebook, or you can go to chris@peak.com. You got a medium roast, organic fair trade coffee roasted by my partners over at Dynamite Roasting here in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Coffee is freaking delicious. If you put in the order now, I'll ship it out right now on the live. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off for now and re-sign back on at 1 o'clock Eastern time on TikTok. If you missed that or you're not on TikTok, I'm going to put that whole recording live from the thrift store, the whole thrift experience, door to door, everything I pick up, everything I put back. And I try to walk through as much of the rationale as possible there, answer questions, whatever. It's a great place to sort of, I don't know, I think it's a great place to learn. I'll put that up on TikTok tomorrow morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Catch ya later. Georgia over with LC. Georgia over with. Okay, gotcha. You're in Georgia with LCB and Mac. Nice. So I'll see you at 1 o'clock. If not, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And the YouTube video will be up tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time, the whole live recording. Live thrifting is fun. I'll see you later on at 1. Peace, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I had fun. Hey, Mom's in the house. Bye, Mom. I'm signing off. Thanks for jumping in.